We've already learned a lot about the Neuse River Waterdog on this channel, but let's now talk about their taxonomy. They are amphibians, and general characteristics about most amphibians is that they have smooth and slimy skin and live in moist environments. Within the amphibian class, there are currently 3 living orders. First, the Anura, which is the frogs, Urodela is the salamanders, and Gymnosphiona is the caecilians. The Neuse River Waterdog is a salamander, so they're in the Urodela order. Salamanders typically have characteristics such as slender bodies, short limbs, a tail present throughout their lifetime, and a blunt snout. There are 10 Urodela families from 3 suborders, which are primitive salamanders, sirens, and advanced salamanders. If we look at the primitive salamanders, we can see that they have 2 families, the Asiatic salamanders and the giant salamanders. One well-known species within the giant salamander family is the hellbender. Although primitive salamanders do not have external gills, the hellbender has this cool adaptation to make up for the lack of external gills. You might notice that they have loose, wrinkly skin, and there's a reason for this. These salamanders breathe through their skin, and the wrinkles increase the surface area, making for more oxygen intake. Moving back out to see the second Urodela suborder is the sirens, which only consist of 1 family. Sirens lack hind limbs and retain their external gills into adulthood. 2 species within the family are the greater and lesser siren. As the name suggests, one defining characteristic that sets the 2 species apart is that the greater siren can get a lot longer than the lesser siren. Now looking at the third Urodela suborder is the advanced salamanders. The 7 families in the suborder contain a majority of the currently living Urodela species in the world. This suborder can be found on all continents except Antarctica and Oceania, and the family Proteidae is the family with the Neuse River Waterdog. This family is fully aquatic, and they retain their gills throughout their lifetime and lack eyelids. There are 2 living genera within this family, Proteus and Necturus. Olms are the only living species within the Proteus genus. One unique feature about them is that although they do have eyes, they are entirely blind. They live in dark caves and thus do not rely on vision to navigate, but they use their other heightened senses. Necturus is the other genus, which is made up of mud puppies and water dogs. The common mud puppy looks very similar to the Neuse River Waterdog, but the 2 species do not overlap geographically. The common mud puppy has a large range throughout the whole northeast of the U.S. The dwarf water dog, on the other hand, does overlap geographically with the Neuse River Waterdog, but it's easy to tell the 2 species apart, as the dwarf lacks darker spots on its back, and on average is smaller than the Neuse River Waterdog. And of course, our star of the show, the Neuse River Waterdog. They're endemic to the Neuse and Tar River Basin, and their habitat is being threatened by urbanization and sedimentation, so they've been listed as threatened under the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service in 2021. Their aquatic lifestyle and external gills often reminds people of a salamander native to Mexico, the axolotl. The axolotl is within the same suborder as the Neuse River Waterdog, but they are from 2 separate families. I hope you learned something new, and as always, thank you so much for watching.